second to none. Radio D, you're still number one.
You are the voice of the voiceless. You are the choice of the voiceless.
Real.
Show.
Yeah. Check it out. Check it.
You did teach and preach, but good governance.
Real.
You want to see we country advance. You not get party, stand for democracy. You give everybody a chance.
98.1.
Radio democracy. Radio democracy. Radio democracy. On news, views, and entertainment. Radio democracy. Radio democracy. Radio democracy. On news, views, and entertainment.
Radio Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. It's exactly 7:30 a.m. from Studio Clock Station as we come to you in News and Current Affairs program. Good morning, Salon.
Freetown, good morning, Leone, and welcome to the program Good Morning Salon, where they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today on Monday, May 25, 2026, and we'll bring the program to you this Monday morning. My name is Usman Kamara.
And Musa Kamara, na my name, and I see me co-presenter Couts Vigo.
You know, say Friday, we don't rest, we come Monday, it's power, boy.
The power.
Thursday,
I know. So how the rain, how the weather?
The rain is tough. That small rain will come, as we can see. This use soda used for the drink and plastic, rubber to wear and treat. It really they affect you.
Me, I don't try for make confusion. Now I don't let people money drink to take ibana to take water ibana streets. So but in this you know they able confusion everybody. So system no the.
Yeah, someone can feel saying a government they do.
Most times,
government where you drink put inside you bag or keke where you deal, then reach then go empty and at the right place. But if we continue so.
So one of them there on Friday are offer they gonna host the guy he eats the mango, the plastic old mango seed the force inside the gutter na old lady. I tell her say if you under block now, this all over the shifts and commutes and then shop there all go suffer.
But again, the one place where government really need for pay attention, especially the Salon Police and Freetown City Council, na Lomble don't be the most worst place now Western.
It will be preserved and
market woman there and the rest.
And I tell you, in the next 3-4 years, Lomley go begin get marketable them. If you don't take 10, that will go get for cut off.
Yes.
Well, the program Good Morning Salon they continue thought of the day. Sunshine follows rain. We mean say good thing can happen after bad one. And this is our main point them for today's edition of the program Good Morning Salon. According to the mayor for the Freetown City Council, Yvonne Akisoya, the 11 road them where council they make puts 196 solar lights, make parking space, go reduce traffic and accidents them, we can happen at the central business district. The president for the Salon Football Association, Babadi Kamara, don't turn Doti over for build 435-seat pavilion with scoreboard na the Football Academy, where cost over $200,000. And today inside the program, Radio Democracy go talk to the Minister of Communication, Innovation and Technology, Salima Ba, and Abass Bangura, Managing Director for Sierratel, as they will talk about the agreement where government signed with Africell for make Sierratel Mornin start for work. And we also go talk to the German ambassador to Salon, Dr. Pascal Richard. We go talk about EU 50-year diplomatic relation with Salon.
Well, members say the list will be live on www.radiodemocracy.sl, and members say Nali Rock Metal Group, the sponsor of Radio Democracy, for bringing the program Good Morning Salon come to you. And the list will be live from different radio stations across the country.
The list will be live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM na Freetown, Radio Shalom 89.5 na Koinadugu and Falaba District, Radio Malen 88.5, Radio 1J 11.3 na Pujon District, Radio Kolente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Mwa 105.5 na Kailau, Vopad Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sando on 95.7 na Kono District, Voice of Karine na Kamakwe on 98.0, Voice of Masoro na Pujon District, Advocacy Radio na Potloko District, Radio Katbami on 106.7 na Tonko Limba, Art FM on 95.9 na Moyamba District, and Tongo Radio on 107.5 FM.
The program Good Morning Salon, you can be part of by where I can send you a message. Now we Radio Democracy 981 message inbox, and same also you can send them on we Facebook page and Radio Democracy YouTube page. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue.
We start for look at issues. We go say the mayor for the Freetown City Council, Ivona Kisoya, say the $498,000 City to City Corporation Central Business District Urban Regeneration Project for make the do 11 road, put 196 solar lights, make parking space na the Central Business Districts na Freetown. Talk this we inside one worker we then do we council and workman then do na the Central Business District for look how far the work here don't go. For more on this, we join Adeyemi Jackson.
The City to City Central Business District Urban Regeneration Project, a project with the city of Zurich, through the UN Habitat, they support the Freetown City Council for do. And the aim for this project now for CC, the Freetown City Council, do things at the Central Business District. We're going to make Freetown fine like any other city in the world. And this project, they under the Transform Freetown, Transforming Life, when at the agenda of Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. The total money for this project now $498,000 with Gold Salon. They support the Freetown City Council for implement. For see how this project on the go. After we then we don't give this project to one contractor, make the Mayor of Freetown, our worship Yvonne Akisoya, together with the Deputy Mayor, the Chief Administrator and Workman at the Freetown City Council, Gold Salon, the Salon Roads Authority. Don't go work on a different side then. At the Central Business District, where this project is target. Where it talk, the Mayor of Freetown, our worship Yvonne Akisoya, talk more about this project and the reason for the work where they do at the Central Business District.
We've been working on intervention called the Central Business District CBD Regeneration. And this is the Central Business District we're in right now. And for the purposes of this particular intervention, we're focusing on 11 streets. What are we doing? Well, the first thing is that on 5 streets, possibly 6 now, based on today's walk around, we are improving the pavements, the footpaths. So you see now the interlocking blocks. Those are being installed around those 5 main streets. And then the slabs will be taken across to cover the drainage so it won't be open anymore. And that will really improve the ability of Freetonians to walk in the city. It means you get off the road, which improves the congestion on the road. The roads are for the cars, the pavements are for the people. Because in as much as we are bringing the funding to this, we recognize that these pavements are the mandate of SLRA. So this is an example of collaboration and complementing. Myself, the Deputy Mayor, the Chief Administrator, and other members of staff, goal who are implementing implementing partners. We have walked around the streets to see what the challenges are, to see the achievements, and just to make sure that we're keeping an eye on the work as it rolls out.
The Mayor Yvonne Akesoya also talk about some of the things that were there inside this project and waiting they hope for achieve after we then go down complete this project.
We are also going to be installing 196 solar lights in the 11 streets in the Central Business District. And we'll be introducing a greening intervention. The main feature of that greening intervention will be work done on the cotton tree, but there will be other elements of greening around the CBD. And finally, we'll be introducing a controlled parking zone. So you have metered parking where people can pay for a short period of time, a long period of time, pay as you go parking, which will also help to improve congestion in the city.
Inside Ion Talk, the project manager for CL Group, when the construction come in, where they make their road them Engineer Simeon Johnson talk about how far they don't go with this work.
The idea of the project is City Council has an idea that they want 2 meters from the curb to be exclusively for the walkway. They've realized that the walkway over the years has been used up by street parking and illegal structures and even street trading. So they want to create a 2 meters from the curb to the building line that people could use for walking, free walk. It's a 1-year project. We started in January and we hope to be ending by December.
Engineer Simeon Johnson end up for assure the mayor and the team say then go work for CC, then complete this project inside 12 months' time. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Adeyemi Jackson, the report.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue to come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As you get from we headline, one part we headline today inside the program Good Morning Salon. They talk to the Minister of Communication, Innovation and Technology. We Salima Ba, and also we go talk to the managing director for Sierratel as they go talk about the agreement with government signed with Africell for make Sierratel company starts for work. For sake of that, I want to welcome one per we studio guest them. We Joe Abass Bangura. We go can help we take we through the program on this agreement between Africell and government of Sierra Leone for make Sierratel begin work. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salon.
Morning, Musa. Thank you for having me.
Yes, the last time we host you as Africell. Is it Corporate Affairs Director? What was it?
Yeah. It was Corporate Affairs. It's changed then to Chief, Partnership and Projects. So from Corporate Affairs, it was Chief Partnerships and Projects.
Okay. Nadia as Managing Director for Sierratel.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You still hold the old position?
Not as much. But actually, Chief Partnerships and Projects. What that means is that there are lots of specialized projects where be involved for Drive, something in enough from the beginning. And so my involvement with the Sierratel MVNO project started in my capacity as a project chief partnership and projects officer. But obviously, this is a very big project. It now moved in way to a full managing director. So I still have some roles for play, but it's only very, very minuscule role that I have to play. My main job, if I sleep awake every day, is managing director for Sierratel. That's what I sleep and wake up to.
Alright, the name Abass Bangura, as you don't know the person, you don't know a voice and household name, and you just mentioned say chief partnership and project to your office. Africell, and you play a great role in terms of different projects, including this one, right?
Yes.
So is it that even though you say you're not too much older position, is it that finally you get for puts down that position?
Yeah, totally. If sleep and wake, this is my main role that I now play, and I obviously note that this is a secondment from Africell. So Africell seconded me to this role, and so this is what I sleep and wake up to. So gradually, but first, because you're involved in things, then those things that I'm involved in internally are gradually being passed on to other people. The process may actually don't start. So this work needs attention, and I need forever forget the attention we require.
So meaning Africell, appointing at this position.
Yes. Now Fisel second me to this position, present me name to government, and government through the ministry accept me candidacy for lead the project.
All right, we can look at your vision, the main focus, and within now some of the things them with they ahead in terms of roadmap for the development of Sierratel. But firstly, apart from the name Abass Bangura, where people go tag with call to business and also tag with Africell, who that not Abass Bangura in the order?
Well, Sierra Leonean, we grew up like a lot of Sierra Leoneans, picking them, we born to parents them, we struggle for come up in a life. My story precede me, which I've told over and over to young people, them energize them, born to parents them, we not go school at all. I struggle right through school, failed me O-levels 2 term. I work at several times from Albert Academy, go na me also Wellington, where I come to school, I go meet me mama na market, 4 o'clock, 4:30. Na that day they move can house for can cook. I sell kerosene, I sell donuts, na Wellington Municipal School, kerosene in the evening. But then, with the power we get as individuals, that once say you past not define you, your environment not define you, your parents not define you. I discovered the power of choices for shape my life, so that even before my 22nd birthday, then they were being in heavy frustration where even if I see them one day with me, they go to school together in Albert Academy, I make them not see me. I realized through a mentor that me choices they shape me in a life, not so just me background would have born me and how I grew up. Once I realized that one day, I discovered, yes, I could shape my life just by the choices I made every day. So since then, it's been one good choice after another, one deliberate choice after another. For go back to school, even 5 years after I've been left school, Albert Academy, I had to go back to school, go take me O-levels again. That ended now on a government independent school. I go take me O-levels, and I passed. That was the 3rd time I took my O-levels, and then made my way to audit service, sponsor me, KPMG, chartered accountant, and everything else follow with the things them where I get for do. Build business system you call to business, where I start from the beginning. Only 5 staff been there. 1 branch we've been there in Babadori in Alomli, and but build them into by the time we've been they step down. The business been on to mortal man. From 5 staff to 123 staff, from 1 branch to 9 branches, from $100,000 loan book to $4.5 million loan book. Lots of other things that were happening inside the business. Then, move to Africell, start a fresh journey there where we build from the scratch. 2005, joined Africell. I joined Africell in 2005. The company been just 2 months old. So we were there from the beginning, very beginning, built from where na 20,000 subscribers. If we get 100 SIMs, we'll sell 100 SIM card for the day. We don't try, and it's big celebration. So from then they built. So I've been there since. Africell has been a university for me, and a lot of other things they want to know. So call to business. I learn how to build businesses, but then Africell teach me all the other things them about marketing, corporate marketing, and building a strategy, and lots and lots of other things them. So. That's what brought me here today. How many years later? 30-something years later. But I want to be grateful to God. Africell, the MD Shadi, for the confidence we get, and also the minister for communication that accepted, two governments accepted the nomination that was made. That I could be somebody where able for lead this project. I shouldn't kid you that a bulk of waiting it take for run this project hangs on people where they be in. There are lots of people. So the entire engineering team now Africell, the entire marketing team now Africell are deployed to this project. So, for real, I they sleep and wake, they tell me, say, me not just the face of this project, but you get a whole battalion of, people from engineers, all the engineering team and marketing team now Africell for make sure say this project succeeds.
All right, from what you explained from 2005, John Africell, it seems as if you know original stakeholder of Africell.
Yes, original.
All right, now look at the status of this of Sierratel since when government Pulanado together with Africell from that time to now as managing director with the status. You don't begin work?
Yeah. I don't start work. I start work the very day. And I start work the very day. The project was launched by His Excellency President BO, and we put out press release and everything. But since then, what's been happened? We don't set up the first point of sale outlet where they Namiata. We provide limited services there 8:30 to 5:30 every day, Monday to Friday. On Saturday we did it. And basically, people, they're doing the opening ceremony. We get SIM cards. We give SIM cards. As I speak to you now, the 025 code is on for Sierratel. It ride on the Africell network so that any side you in this country, once Africell they 025 they reach there. And so the 025 they actively on now. I have my own number on, and so. We're running the tests then we were supposed to run. The POS, they Miata, we provide limited services to one them we need eSIM, we need electronic SIM, we not to hard SIM card you need for putting on your phone. Them installations then they're done, and we still sell then SIMs then give complimentary SIMs. We provided SIMs to cabinet ministers, all heads of MDAs all lined up. We'll get a list now where we don't get maybe up to 200 where now SIM cards then where we take to the office one after the other, because this is a government project this, and so we want to make sure every minister, deputy minister, heads of MDAs, they all get the Sierratel SIM. Sierratel SIM. Go ahead.
You don't think that could be the starting of a problem?
Go ahead.
For the SIM to government ministers that this is a government project. We see what in EDSA they go through in partnership with not only EDSA. You get government entities where they do business with government. They go bankrupt and they don't pay. They pay the debt. Government businesses not do well. Now una don't come say una they revive Sierratel. Una start first of all for give SIM to ministers. You want to give them free, or then they pay for them, or una they bill them prepaid or postpaid.
Well, yeah, ministers then get SIM cards and then we use them like how any other customer go use them. We are a business, and this business is insulated enough, protected enough, because government in interest now for make sure say they survive and compete like how other mobile phone companies they compete in the country. For them able to do that, there are disciplines, commercial disciplines, business disciplines, so you're supposed to for maintain. So those disciplines will be maintained. But for sure, saying a government get this, every government minister supposed for able for use this network. For sure, say them believe in government in agenda.
We can look at some of the strategies them who are they put in place for revive the business, some of the strives. But Joe Abass, Sierratel, for long, we as journalists don't they cover them stories them, whether the workers then they not pay them, or they don't take them billing, then they use them for other purpose. When I take over or when I partner with Sierratel, first of all, for listeners, they find them difficult to understand how this partnership get for work.
All right, we call this model is called the Mobile Virtual Network Operator, MVNO, Mobile Virtual Network Operator. We mean say now that model where they help you for make you provide anybody you want for provide mobile phone services, you can able for provide them without get network. I mean say somebody did the way you get the network by network we they talk about the tower them, they get bigger base stations, you get generator, all the towers them all over the country. Every you get major mobile phone companies then at this country when I didn't get the tower. So all what you will do in this case is to sign up an agreement where Sierratel go ride on the Africell network for make sure say every Southside Africell day in the country you can able for bring the the signals, the Sierratel signals all over the country. So now in a mobile virtual network operator, that's what this means. Now, you get three parties then to this this discussion, where the first one, government to the original Sierratel operations, where then you get AfriCell on the one side, and in the middle of these two you get waiting at the mobile virtual network operator, where that is what we run, that is what I am managing director for. The original Sierratel, within team, and government and the minister go actually give more details on their operations and what's happening going forward. But what I am managing now, the mobile virtual network operations, where AfriCell, the network, they drive for where they make sure say through GSM, where you SIM card, they work once with the beginning list the Sierratel SIM card just not it work on any phone, from button phone to smartphone. It's not based on the CDMA we've been dating, but it's on GSM.
So this partnership, if I understand you well, not get anything for do with the assets or liabilities of Sierratel.
No, you don't get anything for do with the assets and liability in a government. You on the, like I said, minister then I also. And minister capable for really Rob Motbanda one day, but he not get nothing for the one where we get. So now at this stage not get nothing for do with the assets, except assets then where we they use for run the MVNO. So for example, currently work they go on now all about now the country for make we refurbish the POS, the point of sale outlets them. When are they you be able for service customers them all about now the country. So work don't start all over for make sure say the POS then ready in time for we commercial launch inside June. So that work day na him, we dey pan last weekend at na Kenema and Bo look at the work then we did. The next bit would be to look at what's happening at the northwest, so from Port Loko to Cambia and even all the way to Kono, for find out what McKinney, the work we did for make sure say we can get those POSs ready for we commercial launch inside June.
All right, we will ask the minister within the agreement between government and AfriCell in relation to the revive of Sierratel. But before we go over to Ram, you mentioned about the 025 they ride on AfriCell network. Is it that at this point Sierratel not get the infrastructure for let them operate on the make una say let them ride on a network?
It's for make you invest in a network like we get the size where AfriCell gets so now, it's hundreds of millions of dollars. That's what's going to take. Now with the market we get very strong incumbent players then. What you mean they require now for make government invest something similar to that one the back, and obviously government get big priorities then. A lot of other things. You said they talk about just now. Would that best do for one business? Is it government? And Musa said it. They say just now that government you want for run real business. You know want for put on a government in, and so therefore it makes sense at this point in time. The minister will tell you just now say they don't try options them in the past in terms of how for make sure say we bring Sierratel come back, this brand where we all like na Sierra Leone. Those models have not worked because by the time they don't know all the investments them where you supposed to do, you can't begin now for meet the competition at the country. It's any investor where they do balanced analysis would know this is an uphill task, and it was almost impossible for this. So it was very innovative that the minister and AfriCell sit together and say, this model, it don't work all about in the world. If you go now, England, the first MVNO then get there, na Virgin Mobile. Virgin Mobile, they don't get a network. Then they ride on the three major networks them where they in America, when EE, O2, Vodafone, or 3, that they no more get network. The rest, if you hear anyone from Leica Mobile to all of them one anyway there in England, na mobile virtual network operation. So it's the easiest way to be able to make sure you can increase accessibility, because now marketing strength now you they push now. The network now the same, now the back, the strength now the same, the quality now the same. Now marketing, how do you market this product? How do you position them? How do you make sure you create far-flung outlets them so people can able for receive this? The experience from the front where you're able for create. This was the best, as we know, this was the best option that we had where the minister and with AfriCell able for negotiate together. And we make it easy from day one. Like I said, I get me 025 number. I can call any sign at this country. any sign of this country and are able to forget, and government still go all the assets them with Sierratel.
More into that partnership, continue for still to inside the program, Abass Bangura, Managing Director for Sierratel. See they talk about one agreement with government signed with AfriCell for make Sierratel company start for work back. The program Good Morning Salon they continue.
Inside the program, I want to welcome the Minister of Communication Technology and Innovation. Good morning, ma. And in name na Madam Salima Monomoba. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Today we'll look at Sierratel and waiting some of the things that we listen as the wire, especially waiting at the agreement with between Sierratel and AfriCell for revive this mobile network back. But firstly, let we start off. Waiting on the happen at the ministry. It is small Kumoya.
Ministry has been going well. Don't do well.
Waiting at some of the new things there under your leadership.
I think the ministry were making moves. The ministry don't move from UE building. We've relocated to the new Natka Towers. This weekend we were at the Consumer Parliament with Natka and Kenema. We'll bring together stakeholders, consumers, for more with the private sector, for discuss it in the way they go on the sector and how we all come together for make changes.
Any projects there we want to implement in a recent time?
We get the World Bank project, the World Bank digital transformation project, which has been going well, and we're still under implementation.
Okay. Now, the key issue they talk on inside the program this morning get for do with Sierratel. What's the arrangement between government and AfriCell for revive this network back for this company?
So as mentioned, and I've not discussed today, earlier this morning, the government signed an agreement to partner with AfriCell to revive Sierratel as an MVNO operator. It's something we, as from the mention, as a family where Sierratel has gone through years of challenging in terms of operating or lost market share. Due to the degradation of the network infrastructure, we don't try different models for how for revive but we see this proposal and partnership from AfriCell as one way for Malawi, looking at all the circumstances involved. We believe this partnership at zero cost to government and the taxpayers would allow us to bring back Sierratel within the shortest possible time, bring back the network and the product for a specific, I think, audience. I think that's something that's missing, because it's not just about bringing back Sierratel. We had to think about bringing back Sierratel for who? Who would it serve? What would be the purpose? Looking at, as mentioned, this is a country of 3 successful, thriving incumbent companies. So you get to kind of understand which role will look out and back, so it will be sustainable, it will play. So we're able situate that day. And also, this agreement will also put us in a position to begin take care of some of the long liabilities we say at we go make by the 10. Potentially, if this is done, government will be in a better position to make a decision for what next. It could be continuing as an MVNO. There's no reason not to. It can be to say, okay, let's go full privatization because, we don't be in a better position. Or it can be full, say, government take over full operations at 10 day. All these options would be available, but the only difference would mean we'll be in a better position to be able to make those and make sure so the government get the better end of that deal. So that's the agreement that we reach, which we're really proud of, because it's an example of government thinking outside the box. People like you always talk, so why government if another solution other ways there for solve problem, not so altern the same types of solutions. So this is one we're proud of as an example of government being willing to be innovative, being willing to think outside the box for solve the problem they face today.
Alright, we don't get a lot of names them. We one can take over Sierratel, but unfortunately some of the names the names we know the area again. Would I propose? Is it government or AfriCell?
We were approached by Africell, but as you mentioned, we don't get Boku names them, and I always say it's people from outside when you read outside and just look at, and I think so that's a testament, by the way, to Sierratel in legacy, because most people think about Sierratel and they think, oh, that's a great opportunity. They think of a company that had great potential at some point in Sierra Leone. Sierratel's MiFis were renowned. So I think say it's a testament to that legacy. So most people think, oh, but it shouldn't take so much for fix them. So most people come and I will then sit down with we show realities. You can fancy that they begin hesitate on that they small. So but on this, even before me assumption of the office, government actually made a reach out to all three of the operators and asked them for proposal in terms of made they all propose waiting go be their own for try for see for potential partnership, and all three of them me submit. So after at some point so I take over back, I will look at the some of them proposal then they for suicide and they, but actually during that period they have to sell them now out of the all, then come back for still express put on file their interest for still continue. So we decided to take that forward.
Alright, I just want to inform you, managing director, say I get Sierratel and then black phone where they may use for connectors. So if anybody want alright, now let's look at the role of government. We know say Sierratel a lot of issues in terms of the workman them, end of service benefits, salary and the wise. Would I therefore take up the responsibility here?
So that's one thing for me, class. Part of this agreement called all the existing liabilities remain with government, but part of it, in terms of how we solve it, we were able to work as part of this agreement to sign. Africell provided a $2 million advance payment, which now they use for begin pay off some of their staff liabilities there. So we may do initial assessment based off the initial desk assessment done by the Ministry of Employment and Labor in collaboration with the Sierratel interim management team. We include a union rep. The initial liabilities were estimated around $6 million. Africell has provided an initial $2 million where they begin use for begin take care of their liability. But just to be mentioned, now we go through the process of verification. It's a good time actually for mention. And this process is led by the Audit Sierra Leone. Audit Sierra Leone, we have as part of the committee who don't set up for go through the verification process, including the ACC, Audit Sierra Leone, Ministry of Communication, Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Finance. They're all part of this committee where they do this verification process. That process is ongoing now. I believe say should have been completed by last week or so. So once that is done, and the chair of the committee, which is audit, gives us a green light to go begin pay immediately. Hopefully this week. Some of those backlog or outstanding liability, but on a whole, when it comes to staff wise, with company we need to take a relook. You know, this liability has been allowed to grow, staff number grew, and now the problem we talk say, people talk say government maybe not for own business. It's some of those things. You know, governments are sorry at how a private person might make a decision. There's a government to make a decision. Private person, na profit. Pure profit. Government say, oh, but we people that need job. Government the decision to make, even with the company, they make money for survive, for sustain the people. Any business, right? You said that they run business. If the money no more way they make now for pay staff, you close down the business. But government, you remember, oh, but these are Sierra Leoneans, we can pull them per work. So for us, we're not driven by profit. Like our private person have a profit basis. So now they don't allow this situation for day high day. We've kept the staff manpower and the way that is, even though it's not been profitable. So this is a good opportunity whilst we address the legacy staff issue, therefore really take another look, reassess the staff and manpower, able to make decisions about what is needed going forward.
Now, almost stuff that we talk about now, we wanna get for pay them backlog, yeah.
Currently, with the current staff now, 179. That does include retired people, people that unfortunately don't pass away. All of them will still also owe and will still try, for example, but the current just existing on post now.
What did happen to the asset of Sierratel in these agreements, the buildings across the country?
So, as Mr. Joe mentioned, the assets are not part of this agreement at all. Government still retains the assets. They're not part of the MVNO. The only way that they use now for the POS, but actually government is going through another process of reviewing the assets and will be making a separate agreement on the assets management and investment and revival. But this was just purely on the MVNO. But the assets we're going to right now we do an asset audit, because if you do an agreement, you need to know which status the assets are in. Even if not building there, right? There's buildings we're not habitable, so you can't even rent them and they out, right? The assets are completely in a physical state somewhere there, but they can't be utilized at all. So we're doing an audit to understand the current status.
I'll ask you now, why is it when I decide that the Sierratel network only ride on AfriCell network across the country? Why would I not allow a full takeover of the entire program, the infrastructure, the staff, and everything?
Well, because again, there's two on this. You get to bear in mind, this is not a privatization. This agreement is not a privatization; it's a partnership.
So why would I not privatize Sierratel?
Well, you mentioned say Boku. You know, by the way, Sierratel's been out for privatization twice. We'll put out a full notice for full privatization of Sierratel twice. We'll go through the whole process, and as I mentioned, we come down to it. When you talk about full privatization means that partner they can't take over all the liabilities. We get most private people where you should begin talking and they pull out, because imagine me as an investor, one you tell me say, and by the way, Sierratel not to staff liability no more. You get so many. Through Sierratel, the government is repaying a $35 million loan back to the Chinese government because of Sierratel. The same CDMA we put in this problem, government is still paying that loan for that CDMA technology. Sierratel owes other private investors. So you get that loan there all over the place. So imagine for private, I just say why not privatize? We don't attempt for privatize before. But anytime you want privatize, we'll put her out. Once the winning bidder can sit down at the table, we begin go through and see the realities.
When I put this to AfriCell?
Which one? So that means this is not a privatization.
No, una propose them to AfriCell?
No. We didn't, because so AfriCell wouldn't want to.
Is it that Sierratel gets baggage, excess baggage to an extent that no one can close to her?
Absolutely. So think about the realities.
What about government reviving it?
So, but then that's a question of priority. As I am just coming on Mr. Jody explained, but to revive Sierratel for me able compete and rival, right, against the existing incumbent operators. You talk about first of all the looking at how the markets they right now, right? You have 3 strong operators. For you to get similar network infrastructure to waiting and get, you get for invest hundreds of millions of dollars. For improve the network, for revive the network. Then you get for compete with them, because telecom industry is a very specific kind of industry, right? If I ask Boko Funaya, almost how long I don't get your phone number for? How long you don't get your phone number for?
Since 2 years we have to say.
So how long? How many years?
We said now
20, I'm 18 at least.
I'll get another.
18 years.
Change me number. This me have to say number.
Exactly. How long you don't get it?
211.
See, so I mentioned it because that's how the industry is. It is not an industry where people only change their phone numbers, right? So any new incumbent player, that's what you can't compete against. So first, you don't get to invest hundreds of millions of dollars for revive network. Then you can explain you the liabilities. Then you get to invest in their liabilities to get that up. Then now, before you begin member for compete against existing players in the market, where most people they don't get there, they don't capture the market share. So now most of the people you get now new subscriber. You get for really all the easy subscribers that all man don't capture. So the new one that you get for really work. So in that circumstances, another kind of person they can compete.
So Abass when he start for talk, say they don't give ministers then SIM. You get one?
They actually not give me two. I think I'm the only minister we actually they don't give me it, you know? If they don't give ministers, the excess in the president, I don't be the subscribers. Everybody else they don't give me it.
I ask you because if they give you get for drop that you see maybe they use Sierratel.
So this is the thing. I will use, I know it's not going to go for me existing, but I will use Sierratel. I get Sierratel because me and Mr. They use all the network providers. I use every single one of them. So I'm going to just add Sierratel, but I'm going to add Sierratel as my primary now.
I continue for the way to inside the program, Madam Minister. When we come back, we'll talk to Joe Abass Bangura. You can tell we my vision for Sierratel, and also the minister who can tell we how then come about for agree for let Joe Abass Bangura, take over this office, and also waiting at the share way governments to get on this agreement. The program now Good Morning Salon where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program with the
Loan bank digital banking don't come for we.
I said so. You look stressed so.
Nah, bank they won't go so.
Me sister, go digital.
Digital?
Yes, with Bloombank Digital Banking. Just tap, click, swipe and send money, receive money, check your balance, pay your bills and get quick loans before Jacko Kotiai.
But Abu left fly.
Well, bring your phone.
Not so easy and quick.
Yes, with Bloombank Digital, you can bank with freedom any side na the world. Your money is safe and secure. Also, you can do business and transfer money instantly by your currency across Africa. Quick one with Colats.
Wow! As from today, call me Isa to Bloombank Digital. And they could tell all me party them for join Bloombank Digital Banking.
Go ahead and download our digital banking app from Google Play Store and Apple Store, or visit any of our branches for further details. For no more, you can visit our website, bloombankafrica.com. Bloombank Africa. Let's make it happen.
Cecil, do you know any shop usa I go able get quality laptop or desktop computer for buy? When I go give me wahala like the last one?
Aisha, you see this Dell computer na me hand? It don't pass 8 years from where I begin using. It don't one day give me problem. Na Palestino International in shop, na 5 and 6 Gloucester Street, na they a buyer. Not to copyright Palestino they sell, na original. You see this me plasma TV, this Samsung home theater, me standing fan and mobile phone. Every day when you see them, it's like a new one. They don't pass 8 years na me hand. Palestino don't open Palestino International Computer Shop na 3 Bojon Street Bow. Also you they get all kind computer for buy. For more, just call 076 56 5432 077 80 5898. Palestino International in Computer Shop, all team day for you.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program. We'll look at another issue inside the newly elected president for the Old Edwardian Association, Salon, Richard Indolos NSCC. Anybody or institution will engage the Prince and Edward's name, a close cap t-shirt without the executive information, the logo better at Kangawan. Richard Indolos NSC talk this inside the National Old Edwardian Association election. Also, I remember them that this association vote for bidding new executive. For more on this, make we join Jafferman Davies.
Secretary General, Mr. Rufus Kabal, Vice President, Mr. Edward Arena, the President of the Association, Mr. Richard Indolos.
Now, so the Chief Electoral Commissioner for the Old Edwardians Association National Election, Jibril Sako, been they call the winner them of different position them inside the Old Edwardians National Election. This move now part of the association in preparation for make sure say they get trained to different in them. What don't they embark the school in development as the school they prepare for celebrate the 105th anniversary. The Chief Electoral Commissioner been talk to Radio Democracy, but waiting we make this election able for done successful one.
Well, before we get the election, we call a meeting and then we read the constitution. We set up the criteria where everybody forgets for make Kigo stand, which are: one, you for be a fully paid member, for not register for 3 years, you forget integrity, and you forget minimum qualification, professional or academic, then you can stand. We get over 200 people that will participate in this election. It's not the most hyped election and the most peaceful. We're glad we get a lot of people the way they turn out now. We hope say this number we can vote, it will translate to membership.
From this statement, important for listening to waiting and whether they will take part in this election. Think about the process and waiting at the expectation.
My name is Explian GT Sanko, Pastor of the Secondary School. Election is free, fair, and very much transparent. And the right people wins the election. We know that the leader, Richard, and the executive will perform. Again, Mokutina Bodu, that field, the Water Stadium, this all, they will make a place where you're going to make funds from them. And they will renovate and make a very standard. Then the school, for reduce the number of students them. So each student will get one desk and one chair.
A problem, a proud Edwardian. The process, I think we all come with a positive energy for work towards to school. And this was election, Edwards win. I don't think any individual win. We anticipate greatness of the one way they put so now people don't be on the work, even when they're executive. Like the elected president, Richard Senesi. Now we always again all. Then we, the general member, don't ready for help them.
And the over 7 national position them will be there inside this election. Richard Indolo Senesi now been the person where all Edward and them being grieved for being the national president according to the announcement. And inside a statement, it been come out with this big move for the association and the school in name.
The elections, we are peaceful. We thank the outgoing executive for creating the enabling environment. My team is willing to work with all of you guys as Edwardians into ensuring that we take our school, our association to a different height. I want to officially put a ban on every printing of Edwards regalia with immediate effect. Whoever wants to print Edwards regalia should come through the executive. Gone are the days we have people who use our name and this school or the association will not benefit anything from it. This is a registered institution and we have barrage of lawyers. The law will take its course. In the event wherein people fail to do the needful.
According to Indolo Senesi, part of him plan them for this school apart from the different projects them for the field and the school. In focus, now for look inside the constitution and get them to digital business. What go help for bring one word between the national body and the diaspora body. We make it send this message to all Edwardian and them.
Members of this association come on board and support this executive. That's the only way we'll be able to succeed. But just so they know, every single dime of this association will be accounted for. Whenever we come for general meeting, it's whatever it is that you have, come out at the meeting. Not for join our WhatsApp group. So come to the national body, register, be a part of it, and let's move this school to a different level. We didn't have the 4th lap, like what they say, they hand over the baton to the post where they last time for we, and one for extend the rope as against their upline school and other things so they don't cause noise for we.
The newly elected president for the All Edwardian Association and for calling Edwardian in the country and abroad for begin involved in the development project and initiative them where a executive will bring as a commit say it will account for anything where the executive use during the terminal office. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Jaffa Mans Davis, they report.
Good morning, Salon, the program we can say from 98.1 FM. Inside the studio, if you join away today, we will talk to the Minister of Communication, Innovation and Technology, Salima, and Joe Abass Bangura, Managing Director for Sierratel, as in the talk about one agreement with government signed with Africell for make Sierratel company start work back. And inside the program, anytime from now, we will be joined by the German ambassador to Salon, Dr. Pascal Richard. We will talk about the EU 50-year diplomatic relation with Salon. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue, and online, we go online and get an updates from the All People's Congress Party on the rerun elections we then get over the weekend. But meanwhile, we studio guests them. I come to the managing director for Sierratel, Joe Abass. We don't talk about this agreement, and the minister also don't talk about the agreement. And my colleague be earlier ask you, when I don't start work, what are some of the activities then they do for CC, the plan and the the partnership what you sign up for be achieved?
Thank you, Musa. I started saying we already have the POS within Amiata, either by the Civic Center. If you approach it's now operational. 8:30 to 5:30 every day, Monday to Friday, and on Saturday, 9 o'clock to 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We provide limited services there where people, they already don't get SIM cards. All the one that will get SIM cards will be released that day where we do the launch are being serviced. And also we release eSIMs, electronic SIM cards. So then people get their phone, latest phones, then where they will no need hard SIM card for make you able for access the network. So we sell eSIMs, the electronic SIMs na the place there na Miata. But otherwise, all over a lot of things they are happening now. We are launching. They get to commercial launch. We're in a full commercial launch. Where they be inside June. Where in Ogo Tute, you will see billboards, everything where they show say Life Day, and this brand day, the brand has been relaunched. You will see them. I told you that there's work going on all over the country. Now all the side them where we get Sierratel outlets them, work don't commence already. Rebrand them, put this with new brand day, and recruit the staff, train the staff, because it's new staff them with a pull up. And also want to mention say we've actually, and it's public knowledge that the MVNO, they also open to receiving applications from the existing Sierratel staff them, so that anybody waiting say then qualified and get what is required to take up any positions then within inside the MVNO, the existing Sierratel staff then free for apply. So now they apply already, and we don't conduct some interviews them of them one day.
How most of them I don't take?
I don't have the numbers now.
But is it the Wokma, the new Wokma then from Africen?
No. So the one that we're not fresh recruitment we do. All apart from the back office, like I said, the entire engineering, department now, FSL and marketing, and there are lots of stuff that is being done at the back end. But from the front end, now fresh recruitment now we do.
What are the difference between the back end and the front end?
The back end, now then things that they select the engineers. FSL only for recruit new engineers. You get existing engineers them any extensions we need, but for maintain the existing network, they are already infrastructure, timing, and rigor and routines where they for maintain the one, and those all are already been maintained. So all we need for maintain this MVNO brand, this Sierratel MVNO brand, is basically mostly in the marketing end. So with the point of sales and SIM cards have been prepared, so that you will see Sierratel SIM cards, all fully branded. All the marketing materials them are being prepared. We will have devices. You've been talking about MiFis. Yes, Sierratel MiFis will be out in the market in time for the commercial launch. So all of those things is what's been positioned now, making sure the staff are separately identifiable. When you see the staff them, you will see some in the we've been there during the launch. You would see how they were kitted, fully branded, Sierratel. So that's all the big work where they happen now, in time for the commercial launch. All of that's going on. Like I said, I'll be going also up country during the course of this week for make sure say all of the locations where the POS then supposed to come on, they are active, and we see say yes, we're making good progress for make sure that's been done. Recruitment's ongoing. Recruitment and training of the one them we go man them POS is then there. And like I said, we're saying again, from the members of the public, from the existing Sierratel staff them, anybody can apply. We've started receiving those applications for make sure we put we best foot forward and build a Sierratel that we would all be proud of.
All right. If you look the old staff there of Sierratel, even some of them don't die, but some of the really part of the old one them, na young people, na they prioritize them people there.
Well, it's like I said again, it's open to applications. Anybody can apply. Anybody can apply. Obviously, just be to say the way the MVNO set up. It's a commercial engine. It's a commercial engine. So that means people involved in the commercial front, opportunities then there, but people would have to compete. And so like I said, apply, and people would have to compete for positions then within the company. Most importantly, we say, this has to thrive. government do this deliberately, so that once we run this very well, minister don't say just no. Part of waiting this thing they do now for make sure say we generate money for make sure everything that is owed to every Sierratel staff, all Sierratel staff that is validated, they have to be paid. This engine na part of our ability for make sure say we generate that revenue they were required. So therefore, it means we have to maintain a certain level of discipline, commercial discipline, making sure this thing work, making sure we can run the operations, generate the profits we required. So it's ultimately at the benefit of the old Sierratel staff them for make sure say, they're not for catch their head again for money we owed to them. Once it's validated, there is an engine now where they help for generate the revenue we required for make sure say they get paid.
Continue for the waiting inside the program, Abass Bangura. We'll go for a break. When we come, we can talk to the minister. We can give you updates about the share we Salon get forget, and also waiting now some of the things them we government expect from the revive of Sierratel.
Tell me what in the stop nonsense. You don't look for side for keep you money and for make you business grow?
Well, now the term is so for keeping money with any community bank or financial services association, which then they call FSA, with the all side na Salon, because then a good party with good condition, very easy for the ordinary man.
They go guide you find one, but how for manage your money for change your life and the people them and your community. Remember say when you keep your money in a bank where they near you not just they keep money for bye, but you they help your community for go before.
So waiting you the wait, you be businessman or farmer, petit together, so you act person, teacher or anybody keep your money in any community bank or FSA where they near you and see how your life go better.
Tell me what in the stop nonsense. Money they stop nonsense.
Nothing no they pressure me.
Hey! They don't do more. They don't do PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, the number one foreign exchange bureau in the country, they give all the customers them 1% cashback for every transaction where they make through Western Union, MoneyGram, or RIA.
Na indon so.
Not so indon so, nice K. PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, don't 1% the game. So you will get Famul, Paddy, or business partner where they send for you money through Western Union, MoneyGram, or RIA. Run go now any PC and Son shop where they all about the country. For you where they free tongue, PC and Son shop they now 16 Godrich Road Lumley, 59 Wellington Street, 31 Guard Street, 19 Fobe Road, 10 and 53 Saniabacha Street, 32 A Wilkinson Road, 9 Kuto Road, and 24 City Road Port C. For Waterloo Famulem, within a 9 A Liverpool Street, Waterloo, for Famulem where they upline, within a 76 Sky Corridor Road Corner, within a 5 Palmer Street Kabbalah, 54 Dambala Road Bow, within a number 4 Denby Street Kenema, 39 Rogbane Road Makeni, 137 Airport Ferry Road Lunge, Lagos Compound Kailaun, and 35 IDA Road, Gambia. Tell your neighbor say, PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, the 1% the game.
You bland taste ice cream and you not feel like an ice cream? No worry again, because Blue Moon ice cream don't come for you.
Blue Moon ice cream na Salon that they make up, and you get different flavor them like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, almond, bubble gum, plain yogurt, chocobar, ice pop, and different other flavor them.
You're available in all supermarkets, and we shop there in Sanders Street, Wellington Street, Wilkinson Road, and Waterloo. Self, we work man at the worker with the push cart they sell. Now Salon the factory day when they make this ice cream here. So get better taste with Blue Moon ice cream. It's refreshing and they give you more satisfaction.
For more information, you can call we on 077 633 633. Blue Moon ice cream, the taste of happiness.
The program Good Morning continue on the line now. We talk to CDI at Tunis as on Saturday. The APC party may do the rerun of election. One forget update waiting so far come out of the election day. And on the line now, we want to welcome CDI at Tunis, we are the National Publicity Secretary for the APC party. Good morning, CDI, and welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good morning. Thank you very much for getting me on.
All right. On Saturday, on a rerun on an election, what happened so far?
Well, the elections then just completed yesterday, and as she rightly stated, we began reruns at 65 wards. And so far, by the reports coming in, a whole chunk of the elections then they go successfully across the country, in places like Falaba, Bombali, Western area, Moyamba, Kono, other areas, then go successfully. Yes, there are areas where the area about skirmishes in places like Cambia, Karine, etc., etc. But we wait for official reports from them places then they. But I will say to a large extent, the elections were successful.
Alright, as you say, the elections mean successful. When I don't collate some of the results them, or when I don't start for call them?
No, they just complete yesterday, so we did wait for a read from the IEMC, the Internal Elections Management Committee. We're not there responsible for conduct elections. But of course, we don't get some results, unofficial results coming in from agents then at the respective districts then. But we as National Executive, they wait, forget the official results from the IEMC, and also forget official updates from them as to how many of the elections then they go on successfully and how many of them problems will occur, and then we will prepare for them going forward.
Alright, any major incidents, because we see a video or a rumor where they go around say some people I think they CID for overvoting.
Well, like I said, we are really unofficial reports them. We see such images and videos on social media, but then we not go by them things then we have structures in place, the police, the IEMC, the monitors, them where they out there, the PPRC. So they want and they all, go do their reports, and we self will get your reports, and then based on that one, they will go respond to them questions they ask officially. But we still wait. The elections then just happened yesterday. Mr. Sef, now late in the night, I returned from Bombali. We signed a day go monitor the elections. So we not meet it as an executive for that we really look at their reports they are what they get from the field. So I will advise that we wait, and by the end of today we will don't get all of the official reports there from the field, and then we will come back to the public and explain exactly which are the incidents that will happen in various parts of the country.
Lastly, see the last time we been get different people within a different camp. They claim say now the young camp don't win the election day. Maybe sometimes them posting may stand for certain position them. What will be your message to supporters them as on the wait for call out some of the results there?
Well, for me, anybody who sabi politics at this stage, premature for let you claim say that you win, because these are just ward elections where they try for set up ward executives. So for me, if anybody win, I will say that the APC win, because that executive they at the end of the day get for work for the party. So I will just continue for appeal to we the comrades for let us remain calm, let we focus on working in the interest of the party. There are so many dynamics to electing officials in the APC. And so whenever the area people they claim, say, especially those running for flag bearer, where they claim at this stage say they don't win, I can sit down to myself and say maybe these people don't really understand politics. And they don't not really understand the political dynamics as to how presidential candidates are elected in political parties. We not even start for compiled delegates to it. This is just the initial level of setting up the executive of the party. So no need not really for let people to begin fet themselves at this stage, for let people to begin, throw invectives at themselves at this stage, because it is way too early for determining anything at the top of the APC.
It's plenty. Thank you, CD. You give it that opportunity today for talk to listeners them and update them about on our elections we happen on Saturday. Plenty. Thank you, CD.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Alright, in name CD Tunis, in the National Publicity Secretary for the APC party. As on I know yesterday, they may do a rerun of the election. We are in the update say they not start for call result it, and as they don't then update the public. The program now Good Morning Salon, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And we bring the program to you this morning. My name is Usman Kamara.
And Musa Kamara Naminim. And as we mentioned earlier, inside the edition of the program, we will be joined by the German ambassador to Salon, Dr. Pascal Richer, where we can talk about EU 50-year diplomatic relation with Salon. And inside the studio now, we will be joined by the German ambassador. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Kamara.
I hope they talk to you now. Kushe, how the body, how the morning?
Well, lovely. Thank you so much for having me.
Should I say Guten Morgen?
Guten Morgen. Yeah.
I can't go beyond that in German.
This is fantastic. This is the most common expression in the morning in Germany.
Guten Morgen.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Okay. Welcome to Radio Democracy. As we've informed our listeners and viewers of Radio Democracy that we'll be having you today to talk about the European Union 50 years Golden Jubilee celebration with Sierra Leone, 50 years of relationship with Sierra Leone. Someone listening to you would first of all like to know what's the EU about?
Well, the European Union is an international organization of 27 member states, including the 3 member states having their own embassies here: France, Ireland, and Germany. And then there is the European delegation. Why is that? Because the European Union is also a subject of public international law. And this means member states, these 27 I mentioned, have transferred part of their competences in the field of foreign policies to the European Union, whose capital is, as you are aware, in Brussels.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, it is a relationship between member states and the European Union which is unique. It does not exist in other parts of the world yet, but the African Union is also bit by bit following this pattern. And we celebrate, to our great delight, what has begun in 1976, this partnership between the European Economic Community, as it was called at that time, so 50 years ago. And now, as you are aware, since the Maastricht Treaty, the European Union is called European Union. Why is that? Because there are many more competences which have been ever since transferred to Brussels, so to the level of the European Union.
The German ambassador to Sierra Leone, and you mentioned, you've given a background what EU is about. Let's look at the 50 years Golden Jubilee. What are we celebrating? Is there anything to celebrate in the partnership between Sierra Leone and Germany?
Quite rightly so. There is something to be celebrated, even many things. We had a great press conference last Wednesday. You would attend, Mr. Kamara, and this showed a number of examples. Now, we started with development assistance in '76. But of course, it has evolved in so many ways. Now it has become a multifaceted partnership. Development assistance is always the beginning. But what is ultimately meant is, of course, help and economic cooperation to self-help. And this is why we are particularly pleased as Europeans, but likewise as Sierra Leonean partners, what I know from them, both from officials as well as civil society, there is a strong interest in doing ever more business together. And there is something to be unveiled in the beginning of June. I don't want to tell you the secret now, but there is something coming up in the beginning of June, and it relates, of course, to this interest of Sierra Leone to become ever more involved in doing business with the European Union.
Okay. All right. Ambassador, take me through some of the activities of European Union presently in Sierra Leone, what they are doing presently.
Well, there are many projects in so many fields. Let's say in the field of health, for example, there are plenty of projects. Germany being strongly involved as a partner of the European Union. We cooperate very often together with the European Union. And why is that? Inter alia, because we have the GIZ. So the German company owned by the state and being in charge of implementing projects in the field of economic cooperation and so forth. This includes as well projects in the field of protection of the environment, of energy, then education, for example. But what is particularly important is also agriculture and creation of jobs for the youth and so many other things. If you want to have a certain impression, go to the website of the European Union, of the delegation of the European Union in Freetown, and you find plenty of cases in point.
All right, Mr. Ambassador, the EU has supported Sierra Leone in the education sector, infrastructure, and other areas for over years now. Which of these areas do you, believe has made the biggest development?
That is a good question, because I think, as you hint at, it is important to always look at the results. How do we use our funds? How do we use our resources? For example, there are 3 districts of technical cooperation where mortality of mothers has been reduced to under 1%, actually in some cases to 0.1%. So this is a very strong reduction of mortality of mothers. A second case in point is, of course, as you said, infrastructure. Both the European Union as Germany have been devoting funds in this field. For example, Germany has rehabilitated roughly 500 kilometers of roads, of feeder roads, which in particularly help agriculture, which is a key area not only of doing business and creating jobs, but also to become self-sufficient, more self-sufficient as a state. As you are aware, if you import too many goods, it becomes very costly over time. Sierra Leone very rightly tries to become ever more self-sufficient, and that helps tremendously in this regard. We have also rehabilitated 30 bridges and partially built them.
Now, apart from the support you're giving to Sierra Leone, the German or the EU portfolio in Sierra Leone also has to do with politics.
Yeah.
And on the 16th of December, EU had a political dialogue with Sierra Leone's with Sierra Leone's government. What was this dialogue about, and who were involved in the dialogue?
Yeah, this is always the highlight during the year. So normally taking place in mid-December, the dialogue between both sides. It would take place last time in Freetown, and His Excellency President Marabio was chairing it, of course, and there were 8 members of his cabinet, including the chief minister and other very important ministers, to cover all fields of our partnership. This alone highlights in how many fields we are closely cooperating. And I just hint at what I already mentioned. There are projects in the field of infrastructure. But then you rightfully said, yes, there is also political dialogue in a more narrow sense of the term. And we, for example, have highlighted as Europeans the importance of the role of women and gender issues over quite a number of years. And we want to congratulate the government, which has brought about a number of very important laws, of legal acts during the last years. GEWE, for example, is a case in point. Then, of course, it has been prohibited that children get married. So, under the age of 18, this is not allowed anymore, as was enacted in June 24. And there are a number of such issues. There is gender-based violence, which is of great importance to both sides, the Sierra Leone government as well as partners from the European Union, also including NGOs. There are 50 NGOs alone which are completely or partially funded by Germany, and many more are there funded by the European Union and by fellow member states of the European Union.
Okay, let's look at the bus store. You made mention of some of the projects that you is doing in Sierra Leone, and every year you engaged in bus store to look at some of these projects. You can take us through some of the activities of the bus store in 2025.
Yeah, well, there is one very important agenda item of both sides. That is what was not mentioned yet. That is, of course, the political reform agenda of Sierra Leone. As you are aware, in October 23, there was this agreement between the government and the opposition, and then it was followed by the recommendations of the tripartite committee. And these recommendations relate to a considerable number of legal requirements, but then also about the need to change the constitution in some respects. As you can see, there is plenty of issues on the agenda, and there are moral guarantors. So these are, in particular, the United Nations, ECOWAS, and the African Union. But then there are also partners to this political agenda process, and these partners include the European Union and member states being present here, as I said already, France, Ireland, and Germany. And there is a number of issues to be raised, and I think this is a very positive development that we have contact to the government, to the SLPP on the one side, but also regular contact to APC, so to both sides, and that helps to exchange views on things, because Sierra Leone has been a very important democracy in West Africa with a remarkable democratic tradition. So you had elections, and repeatedly there was a real change of power in this country. This is something which doesn't fall out of the sky. On the contrary, it means this is a real democracy, and we are very impressed and try to help to some extent, if possible.
All right, my colleague asked about political dialogue, and it's no secret that it has been political tension between the ruling APC party and the SLPP party. We have seen wherein member of parliament, councillors, chairperson boycott governance because of the agreement between the ruling and the opposition. Is you concerned about some of the political tension presently happening in our country?
Yeah, I must say, this is remarkable. You feel at times a tension, and even a stronger tension. And I think, according to my experience of more than 3 decades of diplomatic service now, it is always better to avoid too much tension. There should be dialogue. There should be occasions at which members of government as well as of the opposition exchange their views, there should be procedures so that both sides have a say and are listened, and that there is a better understanding of the respective position. Democracy is not only about winning out, but democracy is about democratic culture. And we've seen some positive development in this regard, but you are right. Sometimes you get the impression it is becoming very heated, and maybe it is possible to rather go for more profound exchanges on substantial issues rather than going for fighting as such, fighting the opponent.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue to come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. You they listen to the German ambassador to Salon, Dr. Pascal Richard, where they talk about the EU Salon relationship. As they prepare for left way now the studio as a member country, the Germany is a member of the EU. Which other how is Germany operating with the EU in Sierra Leone?
It is done in a complementary way. As I said, what is not so much known to the public, the European Union has a shared responsibility when it comes to foreign policies. It is shared between the European Union and the member states. And this is why we have to cooperate also in the respective capitals, so in Freetown. On the one side, the European Union has their own funds and they do their own projects, and we try to help in a complementary way so that money not be wasted, and so that we have, a possibility to fill gaps where they exist. And this is why we have to coordinate closely between the European Union and member states, but also other organizations helping for good purposes, such as, for example, gender issues, for example, how to help businesses, how to provide for better education for the youth, how to make sure that there be better infrastructure, and so on and so forth.
The program na Good Morning Salon, where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. One for say plenty thank you to Ambassador. We join you inside the program this morning, Musa.
Yes, of course. We wish for the German ambassador for the with me for a longer time, but due to time, it left in the studio. We wish for they get the European Union now with different programs there now the studio. Plenty thanks for joining us today. German ambassador, we are here to talk on behalf of the European Union, Dr. Pascal Richard. Many thanks for coming.
Musa Kamara, thank you so much. Your name I do not know.
Usman Kamara.
Usman Kamara.
The Kamara family.
The Kamara family.
Oh, lovely. What a charming facet to this program.
I will find time for you to come back.
Yeah, please. You are always welcome. 3 Middle Hill Station.
And by the end of your service in Sierra Leone, we'll give you Kamara. Dr. Pascal Kamara.
Plenty thank you.
Thank you so much indeed. Thanks for having me and best of luck.
Okay, thank you very much.
Plenty thank you for joining inside the program this morning. Inside the studios, we want to carry over to the Minister of Communication, Technology and Innovation, Salima. Before we take break and come to the ambassador, you don't explain a lot of things that we get for the agreement between the government of Salon and AfriCell. But one concern, we plenty people will like for know, what is Salon the benefit in terms of shares?
So as part of this partnership, the government, they get 12% shares of the revenue generated from the MVNO. But I think it's also most important in within the part of that is family for recognizes also government retains 100% of Sierratel's assets currently. So I think that's something we happy about. Everything said through this then it will generate a revenue for deal with some of the staff liability and other issues that we don't mention.
All right. When managing director made explain. He said that they open application for everybody for applying, including former staff of Sierratel. Wanna give former staff them priority on this application?
Well, so I think so. What we talk about is the MVN, right? The current staff, we get people already do engineering and all that. So it's about looking at the skill sets required for this. And honestly, with the staff of this is going to be on a very slim down basis. Of course, the existing staff would be given priority to be assessed first. I will say that they'll be given priority to be assessed first, but then we are also, I think that's part of government also going to this partnership with the private sector, while leaving the final decision in their hands. They make the final decision of which staff are incorporated and how many.
All right. Then can say you will get your business now. You force for all weeks to earn when a government in this agreement. Una make is it I go say a law for let government official or government institution they start for you Sierratel, especially when it comes to the internet?
Well, we're not going to make a law because at the end of the day we also have a free economy, and even if it's a government owned, it should also compete on the fair basis with everybody else. And also the other mobile operators, we're proud of them as well because they're all Sierra Leone-based companies. So we won't make it a law, say pass you use Sierratel, but we're hoping because of the product, the way how it's designed, because of the value it brings, that people will choose to use it themselves, but will not make it a mandatory action.
All right, the other question I go ask, I want to come about forget the MD, Joe.
Also, again, this is part of the private partnership.
Is it part of all the agreements?
Sorry?
Now,
the
part
agreement
of the agreement
is with Africell. Africell, as part of the agreement, they manage the day-to-day, so Africell chose and appointed the MD.
Okay, after that, una play any role in that?
No, that's part of the agreement. We're hands off the day-to-day making decisions. Part of the partnership with them was part of that. They say they do the day-to-day, say they get to hire from every single possible part of the MVNO.
Okay, the
not to say we not get trust in Joe, by the way. Do you think Joe is fantastic? Joe's been part of this sector for years, but just to make clear, I say government will play hand in the decision making of hiring and firing who gets to be there.
Continue for stay with me, the Program Minister of Communication, Innovation and Technology, Salima. We in the program they talk about one agreement we government get with Africell for make Sierratel begin work back. We'll go for this music break. We can continue the program.
Salon man and woman as a meet. Getting do is with Salon for well now we are. I say Salon man and woman as a meet. Getting do is with Salon for well now we are. Getting do is with Salon. Salon man and woman as a people. Waiting do is with Salon for well now we are. I say Salon man and woman as a people. Waiting do is with Salon for well now we are. Where we get we gold, where we get we diamond, where we get we iron or white for where we salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a people. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. If petrol day, lights day na the whole country. Motoka they won't open no white for well but we. If parents get good pay, the king go school. If teacher get good pay.
Good morning, Salon. We continue as you hear the music day, the sound of Daddy Ramadou. We Salon man, the program Good Morning Salon, the continue inside the program. We start for look at messages them, Musa.
Yes, the messages that we not only send on with 077-981-981 line. This one from Mystic Nadwazaki say, in any election there are always challenges, even when it is properly organized. I believe the executive of the All People's Congress and the IAMC should ensure that these challenges are addressed ahead of the upcoming rerun internal elections.
This one from Jimmy Turner. I say, by choice of Joe Abass Bangura, government means positive business for Sierratel. Congratulations again to Joe Abass Bangura and kudos to Africell for coming to Sierratel's rescue.
Okay, this from Tunde Scott, he says Sierratel is literally owned by Africell, and for a private company to have such huge stake in the national telecom is worrying.
This one say, Madam Minister, what benefit government or the country will have on this agreement?
This one from Mohammed Mansari said, this government is the people center working in the interest of the people for raising Sierratel to the people of Sierra Leone. Thanks very much.
This one from Ransford Donald Abraham Hamilton say, Madam Minister, what is the difference between the Consumer Parliament and the National Consumer Protection Commission established under the Consumer Protection Act of 2020? And why was NCPC not involved in the consumer engagement in Kenema?
From Tamba Jigbetua, he said, I have no doubt in Joe Abass Bangura. He has been very progressive when he started back in Bo City as Africell regional manager.
This one from Senesi Kalo say, how is the MVNO going to get subscriber to complete with the incumbent three players of Orange, Africell and QCell? It is not going to be the same uphill task to acquire new subscriber just as old Sierratel.
And this one from Abdul J. Joe Commander, they say APC IMC are causing issues for the party. They also changed the venue of the election venue, let's arrangement with grassroots support and district executive. Even Moyamba venue was changed again for the election.
This one from Emanuela Bakar from Wilberforce, he say, smart minister, smart Sierratel.
With the messages that we come to, we studio guest them for respond because of time. We'll get time more. Would they take another set? We start with Joe Abass Bangura.
How will the MVNO compete for subscribers? Minister hint that there's a market that we think is untapped, and if you just say you bring Sierratel for come compete, now for who that you bring Sierratel for, and so from with marketing preparation and with research where we do, Sierratel is targeted at the youth, students. Creators, creatives, people who are startups for business. We believe there's a market that exists in that end, and so what we could go for do that is actually started now is how do you design it? That's why if you listen to the tagline of freedom is here now. Sierratel is here. What's the freedom about? It's freedom of choice, freedom to be able to choose. And when we say flexibility, they on how the data, is designed. Imagine if I get college, university students now. We've been involved in helping them figure out their life. And then one the way they do business, we've also been involved in helping them figure out how do you take a business, we're not just idea, and turn the business to motorman. So how do you now bring data alongside all of those discussions to say, if this is what young people need for growing in this country, what kind of services do they need for able for help them for able for go. Whether they are students, whether they are young businessmen and young business people, and when are creatives, and startups, and get them business system where they try for build together. How do we make sure we design product that is geared, for support them? That is a kind of thought process within our aid, and we believe there's a big market for make we able for do that. Another thing we there in terms of how we compete now the fact that written into the contract now that affordability is enshrined. That means amongst other things, what this means is that NATCA puts a floor price where you say, price is not for go below what would they charge, for subscribers. That would be a reference point for Sierratel for we products and what would they bring out to the market for make sure say as we target them people are so with at this level, one for make and say affordable. So that whilst we not broke NATCA and law on the price in floor where we not for go below, but we want to make sure so that become a reference so that this product is available with the high quality way possible at the market. So that's one way, amongst other things, same way, and ways then we'll go make sure say we compete. Obviously, the big footprint where we get through the AfriCell network is going to be helpful for that. So that is one I think is a question for me. I don't know if you get anyone who been directly related to me.
I think, with the cover to Madam Minister, somebody asked about the Consumer Parliament.
No, definitely. So the Consumer Parliament is slightly different. The Consumer Parliament is really where almost like a parliamentary setting, we bring in the stakeholders, them in the telecom industry, as I mentioned, the ministry, NATCA, our parliamentary committee, and also with the private sector, all the MNOs, them. And we speak to different community stakeholders. So bring all the different consumers, different subsections of the consumers together, and we get to tell them within the reform priorities that we do over this next couple of years, outside the industry day, and then most important, they get to share with their own experiences, their own feedback of where the sector is, where the industry is, and in the way they go like for see change and improve. So it's really just a dialogue opportunity. It's different from, I see they mentioned consumer. That's an institution, protection. That's an institution. This was a dialogue, a one-day dialogue session with consumers.
Somebody mentioned about privatization. You see, they not made a part of it.
Well, I don't understand privatization. Therefore, do the Consumer Parliament?
Yeah.
No, it's not an institution. Consumer Parliament is a workshop. But I would love to have the NCP take a part of it, but not a part of the setting.
All right. Somebody asked again, say if you update the public about the current infrastructure of Sierratel across the country.
Interesting. We're currently going all over the country doing an asset audit for understand the current status of the assets. That's how many buildings they have, how many towers they have, how much fiber underground they have, and their metro network. So that process is ongoing right now for verify not just the assets, the physical presence, but not the status of the assets, because of the assets there so don't degrade significantly. There's right now, then they send me pictures them of assets in the provinces not get roof, so there's a lot of work to be done. So but we're in the process now of doing that audit, so we'll be in a better position for making an arrangement following that.
Yeah, before we can look at we'll take walkabout, and there is a message here. I say, why is it that the government of Sierra Leone likes to act against its own initial overturns to the general public and foreign investors, as well as against good advice? The Sierratel AfriCell partnership will cause government another big international embarrassment and will add millions of dollars in lawsuits. The minister knows fully well that a renowned Swiss company won the bid for privatization and partnership with Sierratel after a competitive bidding process was done, in which all relevant agencies were present, including the Law Officers Department and the Ministry of Communications. Does the minister not know and understand that this current AfriCell partnership is legally untenable? Why? Okay, that's the message from somebody say, "When I go against a bidding process where a Swiss company be don't win."
Sure, I think there's several things that I had mentioned to you. There's been several attempts to privatize. That happened since 2023. also something like that, and not anything recently. But I think most important waiting for mention, as I mentioned before, this is not a privatization. This is a partnership. So in terms of what we have with AfriCell, we have a partnership ongoing, and for this partnership, we received a concurrence from the AG's office to move forward.
You are aware of any Swiss company where win the bid?
We're of a privatization process with we think are aware that a Swiss company was part of the bidders, was one of the ones who bid, but I have not been part of any contract signing negotiation with them. And I think the last time I heard of this company was in 2023, and I've not received any follow-up to say where that is. But we can't do that. The NCP dealt with the full privatization. It's under the purview of NCP directly. But I will say for this, I think the points to reiterate is what we have with our facility is not a privatization. It's a partnership on this model. And secondly, we received concurrent legal advice from the AG's office in terms of signing this contract and how we move forward.
Continue for stay with inside the program Salima Ba. We go for work about we can continue for look at more issues.
Another morning again. Ati monje mai, ati monje, ati oya. I read mami fati. Ite inyunyem naskata crowd. Nati, enti onkulu dite, in radical. Now the mami don't tell auntie, in the scatter any crowd we meet. Ati talk and go, talk and come. Now the fourth lady this, it make with the feeling present. We come for entertainment too, it did it. We come for scatter crowd too, it did it. Ati that name they get for cause problem, so only one day with the fiche, the Fati daughter unati, it is scatter any crowd. Ati, Uncle Alpha, it is toxic, how na marapa mind the land go, that plane for fly. Ati, oh, Uncle Alpha. Uncle Alpha don't give it in dente, tino day for talk again. So that mining coming day, pull plane far side, just come pack na lunge, for the land go for the fly. Ati Uncle Alpha, people not fool again, no, people get sense. Ati anyway, until na land the land go, we not get anything for say. Go, I know say that land where they lend you. Now all that thing, them boys then they want from you. Now you make we mineral then na this country not the better we mind. Because 1 person, 2 persons, 3 persons you don't for enjoy their life. But anyway, I always tell una say, na last days, go fly, you fly. Not listen, don't do to wasting people and say, where you go then you smoke on a this no then kind opportunity, you no go get I get my other waiting. I still they tell una say that club, one chapter, una investigate and proper one. Game the play na that place. I take game the play. The money where they pay for that boy for this show ya. Where you look the show, in equivalent to that money day. I the talk am back. I don't the talker. I go continue for talk am. Uno investigate that place day. Things then they happen. We no proper. Ate, I hear in our audio na social media. They say chairman for PPSL party slap. Women's leader for PPSL party. Ate chairman Bati, you have this BNT you don't rough. I know me know you for rough life. But anyway, you know the way you move with my way na radical. You know the Chifu na radical, you say for radical. Then say that you mangole complain to you say, for sit down na high table. Where you say you know act. Now you begin give the lady pata. Now say okay, una way they say, no for put on pa woman them. Now una don't begin, they beat unu comping them. They say Tifo himself come, himself no act so, himself begin the blast the area. Now say Tifo trade, women get beaucoup protocol. Tifo himself, and I may get the name radical. Ate anyway, bo unu self bo no totobo. Ate, chairman, waiting at the reason we make you go slap pupu wef because you wef go lay complain. Ate, then say 5 days zone, 5 days then they give you blackout. For maintenance, but Alex said the 5 days not done it because we two the same blackout so nothing not change. But anyway, until rain don't begin come, the place not again, and that will be symbol. That's why I see back video for that will former Inspector General of Police, Uncle Sovo. What is the video? It make a laugh. Hey, man, we like English, The video with that interview, are you body, are you health? Nine knocking 1, 2 English inside, not this man, you not go left mine. But this will new idea again. Make you not enjoy mine. Even though, yes, you not simple and strict man, and let you for that day. But you say, go, they give you small English, bo. Like Uncle Sovo, I try to go away there, anytime we go to media, it must left legacy. But anyway, Uncle Sovo, we wish you all the best. Me, na the Honorable Piki Wakabot.
Well, from Wakabot, we come back now studio and we look at one power headline stories. Then before we come to we studio guest them. This one's the president for the Salon Football Association, Babadi Kamara, don't turn dirty over for bill 434 seat pavilion with scoreboard. Now the Salon Football Academy with we, according to Ram, this project cost about $200,000. We now support we Ingi for football development. Well, I look part of this and put this report together. President and the executive committee member them of the Salon Football Association don't turn dirty over for bill $244,000 pavilion at the Salon Football Academy, King Tom Freeton. With this, according to Babadi Kamara, President Salon Football Association, na donation from him to football development.
Sierratel Football Association Academy is going to have a 435 capacity pavilion donated on behalf of the executive committee to the people of Sierra Leone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Babadi Kamara same way so announced the next project where na the new office for SLFA.
Ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I want to pronounce to you that Sierratel Football Association, with the help of FIFA, CAF, and the government of Sierra Leone, have acquired a new headquarters. The minimum lifespan of this project is 50 years.
But what thing will happen to the current SLFA office within day now? After we then go down transfer at the new office at the end of the year.
This place will only serve as technical center for football. But that one we should call the headquarters of Sierra Leone football is going to match regional federations.
Talent development key na the game. We make Babadi Kamara say the FA they work now with FIFA for implement the pilot phase of the FIFA Arena project. When for develop football facility na school them. Would that then go benefit from the pilot phase and why? Babadi Kamara explain.
Yes, the Bow School is only school with a definite article. The Bow School. The second beneficiary school is the Abass Academy. You may want to know why not St. Elios. I mean, they are our neighbors. St. Elios are having a project to construct a full 68 by 105 meter football pitch. Even in that, our input is going to be there. But you will know when the time comes.
How these projects they work, Babadi again.
Gentlemen, the FIFA Arena project, this is a pilot phase. If we achieve this based on their specification, then we have the right to apply for more so that more schools will benefit. But for this pilot phase, I want to say that there are issues involved in you having the FIFA Arena. It's a two-component project. The school will fund one component and FIFA will fund the other component. What does the school do? They are responsible for the construction of the sub-base. When we did inquiries from Liberia, the minimum amount you can spend to construct a sub-base is $40,000. So a school has to be prepared to pay that money. If they are not paying it to us, we hire the contractor, the contractor will send the contractor to them, they work with the contractor. There is no money transaction between we and the school. They pay their contractor directly.
All this according to the Minister of Sport, Augusta James Temer, go help government for achieve the 5-game big change at them, especially the human capital development.
But what I want to emphasize here today is that you are within the parameters of governments. The 5 big changes that government is emphasizing. You, as an association in football, is giving us the result. And I want to thank you very much here.
Augusta James Tema, and for pledge government commitment for work with different stakeholders them for develop sports. For Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara, the reports. From that report today, we look at messages that we don't send on 0779819819 and also on our Facebook page, Usman.
This one from Sunday Scott to say Sierratel is literally owned by official, and for a private company to have such a huge stake in the national telecoms is worrying.
From Supercaps, they say we used to know Sierratel as the gateway of communication and effective communication service delivery. We thank God the company is now live again.
This one from Mohammed is saying, Mr. MD, please do not allow too much government involvement in terms of money. Let them pay for all facilities, because if you allow it, Sierratel will run dry again, just like EDSA and Guma.
This one on we interview with the APC National Publicity Secretary say indeed okay with the European Union say indeed there should be dialogue in our political space, resolve political differences as a nation. However, such dialogue appears ineffective due to continued disagreement between the government and opposition over the implementation of the tripartite recommendations, which definitely affect our democracy.
This other one from Michaela is say, Uncle Joe, please explain the difference between CDMA and GSM.
Okay, Usman, because of time.
And the other one say, MD, what is your marketing strategy to revive Sierratel again? Oh.
Joe Abass, you go respond to the message, then round up statements.
Well, yeah, Sierratel is literally owned by officials. So I think Minister don't do a lot for emphasize the fact that government owns everything as far as Sierratel is concerned. Government owns the brand, government owns the assets, government owns everything, every property. And so it's a partnership where they make government begin earn money from day one, and also make sure that the service they all about in the country. Now, as I talk to you, so there cannot be an easier way where government able for make sure we'll get back to the point where revenues are raised and able for settle the amongst other things, the things and where government owe to the staff them. Government to pay for services. Obviously, Minister to emphasize that the free hand written into the agreement, that Sierratel is operated in a way where governments don't get hands at all in the way it's done on a day-to-day basis. From CDMA and GSM, CDMA, the way CDMA they operate, waiting they embed the unique identifier for say this is a number or the right inside the phone. So that once they call, they come waiting, they identify the, who that own or who side the call for go. Now inside the phone, now they done the engraved. Whereas with the GSM system, now you SIM card. So you can pull your SIM card, then inside your SIM card go, it work on any of them systems. And the CDMA, it's engraved inside the phone. So now the phone then gets the unique identifier. So that's a major difference between the two systems. There's a lot of portability with GSM and all over the country. For the roundup, I want to make with humble and say we don't start operations as Sierratel. We get to one POS, we first POS within a UE building. The POS is all over the country. They have been revived now and have been worked on, and so inside June now we get to a full commercial launch. Once we full commercial launch, then every one of the services will be available there with SIM cards all over the country, with distributors, them wherever you have distributors, people with they sell mobile phone products, them all over the country, we would have Sierratel SIMs there. And
thank you very much, Joe Abass Bangura. We hopefully get updates from the agreement there or the operation of Sierratel from time to time. We come to the Minister for Communication. You get some messages that can respond to them.
Thank you very much. I think say one fundamental message which I definitely disagree with was about AfriCell taking over a state-owned operator. That's definitely not what this is. They're not taking over, but we're in a partnership with them. And I think, see, also Pambul and Golek for CVC, government, as part of actual government delivery, was to partner with private sector for make room for USAI private sector to come in, because something the private sector does it better. We do that. That's part of government in role as well, for make sure so we have a thriving private sector. So that's what we've done. We believe this agreement or this partnership go really put Sierratel in a better position. It will make sure, say, by the time when this is done, the government is in a better position to make whatever else decision. That government of that day, they will get way more options than this government had in terms of dealing with Sierratel. And we look forward to that. And they will going to be overseeing and monitoring and making sure we have effective ways to ensure that what AfriCell agreed to, they do that within Mr. Joe Godiduna, we to agree to. So we look forward to that.
Before we go for that break, we respond to a message we get for do with say there is a pending legal issue or we Salon get for sake of this agreement. You go assure the public that nothing of such no go happen or regard this.
I can't assure the public what somebody else go do. I can't assure the public it's somebody.
But maybe if you know the arrangement proper, you go say there is nothing of such.
What I can assure you, the government has a very good position. I can't assure you what somebody else go do. So anybody can make a claim. Anybody can go court. There's nothing preventing anybody for do that. If that's what they choose.
A case for stand on.
So I don't believe so. But anybody can court. So that it's my perception versus yours. What you believe. If you have a case. If somebody believes they have a case, everybody can go there. But with us, I will assure you, his government has a very good position on where we are with this.
Thank you very much, Salima.
Close to all Sierra Leoneans. Sierratel is back. It is back. When you see the passion, the emotions where Sierra Leoneans express all over the country, they already announced this. Say this is a big thing for this country.
I wish after this program you go give Salima your SIM.
I know.
But it's really, Sierratel is back. Believe you me, it's back for the entire country. The same passion and emotions we express. Let's keep it going. When they get to commercial launch, let's make Sierra Leone proud by making sure waiting we'll be always proud of come back in the market. So, but Sierratel is back.
Thank you very much, Joe Abass Bangura, for joining me inside today's edition of the program Good Morning Salon. Joe Abass is the Managing Director for Sierratel, and also we get the Minister for Communication, Innovation and Technology, Salima will be there for talk about one agreement where government signed with AfriCell for make Sierratel begin work back. And also earlier the program will be get the German ambassador to Salon, Dr. Pascal Richer, where they talk about the EU 50-year diplomatic relationship with Salon. Usman?
When I good got the curtain of the program, Good Morning Salon, we come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Plenty thank you to producers Abtu Kalon with support from Ademi Jackson. Plenty thank you to Keman, who in technical support, Mary Kama Bangura, make on see live on Facebook. So to meet another time, my name is Usman Kama. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Musa Kama, bye bye.